How are we doing? Are you ready for your Wednesday? Excuse me. Your Wednesday dose of Flex for Football. Who's joining me? I'll give you a few seconds. I am on the dot. Who is joining me tonight? Ankles and calves tonight. Now, you need a couple of bits of equipment. One of them, if you've got a house with stairs in, you'll have it. Okay, you might just have to take your phone with you to see what I'm doing. The other one, you might need to run and grab it, but a belt. If you've got a dressing gown, just pull the belt out of it. You're going to use that. If you've got jeans, trousers on with a belt, take your belt out your trousers. You're going to need that tonight, okay? So I haven't got a step here. So what I've got is a couple of yoga bricks stacked on top of each other that I'm going to use. But you can use the bottom stair of your staircase. If you haven't, maybe you've got, do you still get yellow pages these days? Otherwise, I'll give you another option if you haven't got something that you can put your tiptoes on to hang your heel off, giving you an idea of what's going on. Who's joining me on Instagram? Evening. How are we doing on Facebook? How are we doing on YouTube? Hello. So it's your Wednesday edition. I've got my chair again tonight. We're going to take a seat. Make sure you've got your belt with you. So we're going to do some mobilizing for the ankle. Then we're going to do a bit of strength work for the ankle. And then some calf stretching and calf work. So hopefully you can see my feet. So just take a seat. You're going to take one leg out. You're going to lift it up. You're going to circle the ankle. Now, we did this last week, but it's probably something you don't do enough to mobilize your ankles. So just circle one direction, sit up nice and tall on your chair, think about your posture, and then turn the ankle the other way. Circle. You can do this standing if you don't want to be seated, that's fine, but you'll be balancing on the other leg or holding on to something if you need to. Relax that leg. We're going to do the other leg circles. Notice if you feel any little twinges, any clicks, any cracks. Just circle it one way and then change direction when you're ready. Notice if they circle differently to each other, it's quite possible. Good, relax that leg. Come back to the first leg. I want you to point your toes like a ballerina and then pull your toes towards your knee. So if you've got the leg lifted, you'll feel that quad strengthen. Point the toes, stretching all those muscles down the front of your shin and into your foot, and then pull the toes towards your knee. Do that a couple more times. Point as far as you can. Don't point till you get cramp. That's just silly. And then pull the toes towards the knee. One more. Point and then flex. Good. Release that leg. Change sides. Point the toes and flex the ankle. Point. And flex. Drive that heel away. Point. And flex. Well done. Do one more. Just wake up all those muscles around the ankle and through the calf, ready for some movement. Okay, last one on this side. Your big toe, I want you to turn it in, and then your little toe, I want you to turn it out. Notice how much movement you have as you turn the big toe in and as you turn the little toe out. I've got ankles like rubber bands because I've been over on them so many times trail running. So my ankles go really far around that side. I could probably walk on the side of my foot if I wanted to. That's vile, I know, but that's how much it bends around that way when I take my little toe out. Do one more each way. In. So we're opening the inside of the ankle and then out, opening the outside of the ankle. Change legs. Big toe in. Little toe pushes out. So that foot is moving in and out from the ankle, nowhere else. Little toe, turn it away from you. Big toe, turn it away from you again, but tipping it inwards. Good. And release. Okay, grab your belt. Now I'm going to go sideways for this so you can see a little bit better what's going on. So I'm going to put my belt round the ball of my foot, almost the arch of my foot. And then keeping the knee bent, we're going to start by pulling those toes up towards your knee. Now with the band, you can pull your toes closer to your knee than you can when we was doing pointing and flexing. So you're just getting a little bit more range of movement on that flex, and probably a bit of a nice deeper stretch through the Achilles down the back of the ankle that comes out of the back of the calf. Now you're going to push your toes, the ball of your foot, into that band, but don't let the band go slack. So I want you to be pushing against the band. So don't release the tension on the band. And now let the toes come in towards the knee. You can pull. Now I want you to keep this tension on the band of you pulling in as you try and push the foot into the band. And then bring those toes towards the knee. Notice if you can get a little bit more bend in the ankle and if you're feeling a bit more stretch through the Achilles. One more time. Push the toes into that band. Don't let go of the tension on the band. And then pull the band towards you, pull the toes towards you. Now slowly release the tension on the band. Go change sides. So you've got to make sure it's round the ball and almost the arch because you don't want it to ping off. I've been watching some funny outtakes of someone with a resistance band. Draw those toes towards your knee. Use the bands. So there should be a nice bend in the front of that ankle and maybe a stretch through that Achilles on this side. Now push your foot. Try and push that band away or the belt. Hopefully you've not got that much strength you're going to break your belt. Hopefully you've got a dressing gown belt. And then release the pressure from pushing and pull those toes in. So it's a little bit of strength and stretch going on here, which is really great for the muscles to do both bits of work. Push away. Push, 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 push. Pressure into that band. Mine feels like it might be about to break. It shouldn't. It's a yoga strap. Pull those toes in. Give a little extra pull. And then push. It's like you got the stretch reflex action going on. So you're pushing, pushing, pushing. And then when you let go from that pushing, the muscle relaxes and you can stretch it just that little bit more. Well done. One more. Push, 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 push. And then bring those toes in. Well done. Release. Okay, if you've got to move to get to the bottom of your stairs, please do come up from your seat. Sorry, you can't sit down all night. Okay, can you see my little blocks down here? So I've pushed them against the wall. So what I want you to do is I want you to put your tiptoes or make sure the ball of your foot is on there and your heel can hang off the edge. So let's have both feet up. So hopefully you can hold on to your banister. And now what I want you to do is slowly lower the heels until you feel a stretch through those calves. Now, if you haven't got a step or you can't move your phone or whatever you're watching this on to a step, your option, I'm going to have to come over here, is going to be 1 foot at a time. You're going to put your toes up against the wall. And you're going to see how high you can get your toes up against the wall and then gently try and bend the knee in towards the wall. You can't see me on Facebook. Hang on a moment. Keep going with that one. If you're doing the single leg one, hold it for a few more moments and then change. Let me do that down here for you, Facebookers and YouTubers. So toes against the wall. Quite an angle and then bend the knee in. It will give you a similar stretch to the one of trying to hang your heel off the end of a step. If you're doing this one, change sides. If you're doing the one where you're hanging your heels off the step, you're going to lift yourself up onto tiptoes. Pause at the top, squeeze those calf muscles a little bit. And then lower those heels down. How does that feel? Okay, come back up on your tiptoes. Anyone doing the single leg stretch against a wall, you're just going to come out of that now and you're going to come up onto your tiptoes. Okay. On this block or against the wall, you're going to go single leg. Lower just one heel down on the block. Go for that stretch with the toes against the wall with just that one leg if you haven't got the step. If you're on the step, just one heel is hanging down. That'll be more intense than when it's both. Take a couple more breaths. Let that calf stretch. Then slowly lift back up on both tiptoes. If you're doing the against the wall calf stretch, you're going to come away. You're going to lift up onto your tiptoes. Put some tension, some work through the calf. Then slowly come down. You're going to lower the other heel off the step, or you're going to put that other foot up against the wall. How's this side feeling? Good. One more breath. Wherever you are, slowly, I want you to come up onto tiptoes. Obviously, you've got to come away from the wall if you're doing that stretch. And then slowly come down. Step off the step slowly, gently, carefully. Now I'm going to give you some homework this week. You're going to do 20. Well, you're going to build up to 20. You can have your toes and your heels in line. You're going to do 20 calf raises like this. 10 is fine to start with, okay? We're not going to do all 20 today, but you're just going to lift the heels, lower the heels. Lift the tiptoes, lower the heels. Of course, you can hold on to something. Then you're going to turn the toes in, turn the heels out, and you're going to do up to 20 again. Make sure you keep that angle with the toes. This is your homework between now and next Wednesday when we do calves. And then you're going to turn it round. You're going to bring your heels in and your toes out. You're going to come up in a releve. Yes, I'm teaching you a little bit of ballet, or should I say bar fitness. So between 10 and 20 of each of those. Feet parallel, heels out, heels in. Well done. Give those legs a little shake out. How do they feel? Have a little walk on the spot if you did some of those calf raises. Woo! Well done. Hope you've enjoyed this week. I shall bring you more stretches next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Don't worry if you can't make it live. The videos are saved in a series on IGTV, and when I get a chance to sit down at my laptop, I'll save them in a series on my Facebook page, Orange Online Health and Fitness. Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Good. Glad they helped, Dee.